वेलकम टू आवर प्रमिला यूपीएससी ऑफिस पाथ यूट्यूब चैनल को। आज आम डिस्कसन करवा ना हूँ करंट अफेयर विषय रे बुझल। तापर देखा हूँ प्रथम हूँ एसे देखो एग्जाम तो आउ कम दिन को पहुंची आसलानी आपन ओमेन रिलेटेड जदि एसे आसुची ताको नै कि कौन कौन आम कोटेशन लिखि मारबा। ओमेन इज द कैंपेन ऑफ द कंपेनियन बुझल। Woman is the companion of man, gifted with equal mental capability by Mahatma Gandhi. Life is not a competition between man and woman; it is a collaboration. By David Fahrenheit. Human's right are women's right, and women's right are human right. By Hillary Clinton. Quotation on health. It is the health that is real wealth and not piece of gold and silver. By Mahatma Gandhi. बुझेला। Every human being is author of his own health and disease. बुझेला ना। Health or disease. बुझेला ना। By Gautam Buddha. Health is the greatest of human blessing. बुझेला ना। Next आके बोलचे quotation on health. एटा तो कहली। तर quotation on environment and sustainable development. तो आसीबो कौन सब रहिबो बुझेला ना। देखिबा होचे quotation on environment and sustainable development बुझेला ना। देखिबा होचे earth provide enough to satisfy to every man's needs, not earth provide enough to satisfy every man's needs but not every man's greed. by Mahatma Gandhi. देखिबा होचे next देखिबा होचे ना होचे देखो the future depends on what we do in present. by Mahatma Gandhi. Thousands who have lived without love, not one without water. Thousands have lived without love, no one without water. W.H. Werden. The world is not our to keep. We hold it in trust for future generations. Quotation on agriculture. Agriculture, the farmer is rich, so the nation is the nation. So is the nation. A farmer is a magician who produces money from the mud. If agriculture goes wrong, nothing will have a chance to go right in the country. Quotation on education. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premier of progress in every society, in every family. By Kofi Annan. Share your knowledge. It is way to achieve immorality. By Dalai Lama. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to stand by the world. By Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. By Nelson Mandela. If you are planning for a year, sow rice. If you are planning for a decade, plant tree. If you are planning for a lifetime, educate people. A Chinese proverb. An investment in knowledge pay the best interest. Benjamin Franklin. Education is the simple soul of society as it passes from one generation to another. Literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. Kofi Annan. बुझेला ना। ए सब रहिछि। नेक्स्ट देखिबा होचे देखन यूपीएससी एसए वर्तमान मु कहबी पेपर 1 विषय रे बुझेला। एसए रे आमे सब केमती स्टोरी लेखि परिबा बुझेला ना। छोट छोट स्टोरी लेखिले आमे अधिक मार्क मिली पारिबो। सेही गुडा को मु स्टोरी गुडा को एबे आलोचना करि परिबी बुझेला ना। इन द माइडेस्ट ऑन ऑफ ग्रेटेस्ट लाइज ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक स्टोरी बुझेला ना। काल होची इन 2019 COVID spread across the world. People stayed at home, flight stopped, many business closed, scientists worked day and night. Vaccines were developed quickly. Countries cooperated with each other. India supplied vaccine to many nations. The pandemic was a great adversity. देखो छोट छोट सेंटेंस लिखा है देखो पीपुल स्टेड एट होम फ्लाइट स्टॉप पूरा छोट छोट मेनी बिजनेस क्लोज साइंटिफिक वर्क डे एंड नाइट आपण बेसी आलंकारिक वर्ड बा ऑर्नामेंटल वर्ड लिखिले ही मार्क भी माने आपण जते छोट करके लिखिले सेते भलो मार्क मिलिबो बुझिला ना छोट छोट सेंटेंस द पैंडेमिक वाज ए ग्रेट एडवर्सिटी हाउएवर इट बिकेम ए अपॉर्चुनिटी टू इंप्रूव हेल्थ केयर एंड ग्लोबल कोऑपरेशन तापर होची मोराल एठो हमें कौन सीखी पारिबा ए क्राइसिस कैन क्रिएट इनोवेशन एंड यूनिटी बुझिला ना गुटे क्राइसिस कौन करि पारे ना होची इनोवेशन को क्रिएट करि पारे आ यूनिटी मध्ये देखै पारे बुझिला 2019 मसियार कोविड-19 समग्र विश्व व्यापी गला लोक मैंने घरे रहिले विमान चलचल बंद होला व्यवसाय बंद होला वैज्ञानिक मैंने दिन रात परिश्रम कले खूब शीघ्र टीका तैयारी होला देश मैंने परस्पर सहयोग गले भारत मध्य अनेक देश को टीका जोगेला यही संकट स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्था विश्व सहयोग को शक्तिशाली करवा संकोचन नवसृष्टि और एकतार सुजोग सृष्टि इंडिया आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया बिकेम independence in 1947 the country faced participation many of people suffered people illiteracy were widespread social tension were high despite the problem India framed its constitution democracy was established institutions were created India turned a national tragedy in a new beginning moral nations can rebuild themselves after a great suffering 1947 भारत स्वाधीन है से समय देश विभाजन सम्मुखीन है लक्ष लक्ष कष्ट पाइला दारिद्र्य और निरक्षरता व्यापक था सामाजिक अस्थिरता थिला तथापि भारत स्वाधीन रचना कला संविधान रचना कला गणतंत्र प्रतिष्ठा है महादिग पाइला बड़ संकट पर एक नूतन भविष्य वा नुआ भविष्य गढ़ी पारे बुझला ना द ग्रेट डिप्रेशन 1930 in 1930, the Great Depression affected many countries. Factories closed, millions of lost their jobs, hunger increased, government introduced new economic industrial rebuild, social security system expanded. The crisis changed the way economic were managed. That was the economic crisis can lead to better reform. 1930 ମସିହାରେ ମହାମନ୍ଦା ବିଶ୍ୱର ଅନେକ ଦେଶକୁ ପ୍ରଭାବିତ ହେଲା कारखाना बंद है लक्ष लक्ष चाकरी हरइले भोक बढ़ीगला सरकार माने नुआ आर्थिक नीति आनिले शिल्प अर्थनीति पुनर्गठन आर्थिक संकट संस्कार सुजोग आनी देते बुझेला ना एमती सब लिखि पारे यूरोप आफ्टर सेकंड वर्ल्ड वार सेकंड डिस्ट्रॉय यूरोप cities were damaged economic collapse people suffered greatly European countries worked together they rebuilt industries they created stronger institutions their cooperation later led to European Union moral destruction can become the foundation of cooperation द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध यूरोप को ध्वंस करदेला सहर गुड़िक नष्ट है अर्थनीति भांगी पड़ा लोक मैंने अनेक कष्ट पाइले पर यूरोपीय देश मैंने एकाठी काम कले शिल्प अनुष्ठान पुनर्गठित है शिक्षा ध्वंस होगला भित्तिजोगी माने ध्वंस पर सहयोगर भित्तिभूमि हो पारे बुझिपार यहाँ कहला आम शिक्षा पाइबा ए मोरल स्टोरी डिस्ट्रक्शन कैन बिकम द फाउंडेशन ऑफ कोऑपरेशन स्मॉल epidemic English smallpox killed millions of people Europe suffered greatly scientists searched for a cure Edward Jenner developed the small vaccine saved millions of lives. A deadly disease led to one of the greatest medical discoveries. Human suffer can inspire scientific progress. Smallpox रोगरे लक्ष लक्ष लोक मृत्यु हेले यूरोप भयंकर कष्ट होइला वैज्ञानिक माने औषध खोजिले एडवार्ड जेनर टीका आविष्कार कले लक्ष लक्ष जीवन मानवीय कष्ट वैज्ञानिक प्रगतिर प्रेरणा होई पारे तबे सूरत प्लेग scare. Surot faced a plague scare. The city was dirty. People were afraid. The government improved sanitation. Waste management became better. Public health management. बुझेला ना सूरत सहर प्लेग भय सृष्टि करथिला सहर अपरिष्कार थिला लोक माने भयभीत हेले ସରକାର ସ୍ୱଚ୍ଛତା ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥାରେ ସୁଧାର ଆଣିଲେ, ବର୍ଜ୍ୟ ପରିଚାଳନା ଉନ୍ନତ ହେଲା, ସ୍ୱାସ୍ଥ୍ୟ ସଂକଟରେ ଭଲ ପ୍ରଶାସନ ସୁଯୋଗ ହେଇପାରେ। ବୁଝିଲା ନା? ଏଇ ସବୁ ଲେଖିପାରିଲେ ଆପଣ ଭଲ ଭଲ ମାର୍କ ପାଇପାରିବେ। ବୁଝିଲା ନା? ନେକ୍ସଟ ହଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ହଉଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ନେକ୍ସଟ ହଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ନା ହଉଛି इंडियन ओशन सुनामी। बुझला? इंडियन ओशन सुनामी इंडियन ओशन सुनामी 2004 in 2004 massive tsunami struck Indian Ocean. Thousands of people died, many more were displaced. The coastal community had little experience of such a disaster. The tragedy exposed India weakness in tsunami preparedness. Later, India developed advanced tsunami early warning system. Today, technology helps lives providing early or a disaster can become an opportunity to build resilience. बुझिला? 2004 भारत महासागर भयंकर सुनामी आसिला, हजार हजार लोक मृत्युवरण कले, अनेक लोक विस्तारित होला। तापर भारत उन्नत सुनामी अर्ली वार्निंग सिस्टम विकसित होला। शिक्षा विपर्यय भविष्य प्रस्तुति सुजोग हो पारे। एग्जाम करेक्शन एठारे वर्षटी 2004 and 2005 एटारे वर्षटी 2004 and 2006 नुहे। बुझला? 2004 India independence and participation. India became independent in 1946 amid participation, poverty and social tension. Millions suffered yet Indian leader not surrender to desire. They created a democratic constitution and built a strong institution. तापर देखो कि क्लाइमेट चेंज। बुझला ना? क्लाइमेट चेंज रे कोन अपॉर्चुनिटी बिफोर crisis. Humanity should not wait for a disaster before taking action. Climate change gives us opportunity to act before the crisis become irreversible. Renewable energy, electricity, mobility and climate resilient infrastructure reduce future risk. The greatest opportunity is prevent adversary विपर्य घटिया पर्यंत मानव समाज अपेक्षा उचित नुहे। जलवायु परिवर्तन आमको पदक्षेप नेबार सुजोग देछि। रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, इलेक्ट्रिक मोबिलिटी, क्लाइमेट रिजिलेंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भविष्य विपद को कमाई पर विपद आसवा पूर्व ताहाको रखिबा ही सबठार बड़ सुजोग। कोविड-19 प्रिपेयरनेस। बुझला? एटा तो कहिथिले एमती सब लेखिबे। देखंतु जीएस पेपर 1 बुझला? पेपर 2 जीएस पेपर 1 बुझला? ताले होची एटा होची विशेष करी करंट अफेयर रिलेटेड नुहे। डायरेक्ट होची कोन स्टैटिक पार्ट बहुत आछे। ताले सेकंड माने होची सिलेबस डिस्कस करछि 2 नंबर पर। बुझला? टेंपल आर्किटेक्ट ऑफ ओडिशा एंड कलिंगा स्टाइल। बुझला? कलिंगा स्टाइल द इंट्रोडक्शन the temple architecture of Odisha is popularly known as Kalinga style of temple architecture. It is regional branch and Nagara style flourished became 7th and 13th century CE. तापर होती देखंतु under the Sailabdha Bhamukara, Sambasi and Eastern Ganga dynasty. Odisha is often called the land of temple. बुझेला ना? ताले होती dynasty एपटे रहला कोन contribution Sailabdha भाबा अर्ली टेम्पल होती परशुरामेश्वर, भयंकर होती टेम्पल एक्सपांशन करती, समवंशी होती लिंगराज टेम्पल करती। तापर होती ईस्टर्न गंगा होती कोणार्क जगन्नाथ टेम्पल माने कंट्रीब्यूशन करती। बुझिला? मेन टाइप ऑफ कलिंग टेम्पल ताले होती आर पी के। बुझे RPK RPK एमती कि मन रखी रेखा दौड़ सांटम विथ कॉर्निवियर टावर बुझे कॉर्निवियर टावर बुझेगा तापर होची पीढ़ दौड़ होची असेंबली हॉल माने जगमोहन विथ पिरामिड ग्रुप बुझेला पीढ़ दौड़टा होची असेंबली हॉल बा जगमोहन विथ पिरामिड तापर होची खरका दौड़ बैर शेप्ड रूफ बुझेला बैरल शेप्ड रूफ मेनली डेडिकेटेड टू गॉडेस टेंपल बुझेला बैरल शेप्ड रूफ मेनली डेडिकेटेड टू गॉडेस टेंपल ओडिया तापर ओडिया होची रेखा दौड़ गर्भगृह ऊपर वक्र शिखर पीढ़ा दौड़ जगमोहन ऊपर पिरामिड आकृतिर छात खरखरा दौड़ देवी मंदिर व्यवहृत होता दीर्घकार छात्र बुझे देवी मंदिर व्यवहृत होता दीर्घकार बैरल शेप्ड रूफ बुझेला रेखा दौड़ होची गर्भगृह ऊपर वक्र शिखा बुझेला सांटम विमान विथ कॉर्निवियर टावर बुझेला तापर होची पीढ़ा दौड़ होची जगमोहन ऊपर पिरामिड आकृतिर छात बुझेला एमती सब मेन पार्ट्स ऑफ ओडिशा टेंपल इंग्लिश बुझेला ताले होची विमान विमान रे कोन रही बना होची गर्भगृह बुझेला गर्भगृह बा जहुल रही होची विमान जगमोहन और नाट्यमंडल मेन पार्ट ऑफ ओडिशा टेंपल VJNB VJNB बुझेला फिर होची विमान बा जहुल गर्भगृह सांटम बुझेला जगमोहन होची असेंबली हॉल डांस हॉल तापर होची हॉल फॉर ए ऑफरिंग बुझेला फूड बुझेला जग विमान होची गर्भगृह देउल जगमोहन होची सभा मंडप बुझेला नाट्य मंडप होची डांस हॉल बुझेला भोग मंडप होची भोग निवेदन मंडप बुझेला एमती सब लिखिबे तापर होची कॉलिंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कोन रहची कॉलिंग शिखर रिच स्टोन कार्विंग sculpture of wood goddess and dancer and musician floral and geometrical design erectic and especially Konark बुझेला ना but mainly sandstone and laterite temple generally face east वक्रकार शिखर पत्थर रे सुंदर खजे देवी देवा नृत्यशिल्पी और संगीत व मूर्ति बुझेला sculpture of gods goddess dancer and music अब कोणार्क मिथुन मूर्ति बुझेला तापर एरोटिक स्कल्पचर स्पेशली कोणार्क पूर्वाभिमुख मंदिर टेंपल जनरली फेस ईस्ट बुझेला ए सब कला तापर कंपैरिजन देखला ना होते देखो टेंपल डिस्ट्रिक्ट आउ इंपोर्टेंट सॉरी कंपैरिजन में एटा होती टेंपल कोठी अछि ना होते परशुरामेश्वर भुवनेश्वर कहा द्वारा अर्लीस्ट कलिंग टेंपल बुझेला ना मुक्तेश्वर भुवनेश्वर जेम्स ऑफ ओडिशा आर्किटेक्चर राजा रानी भुवनेश्वर फाइनेस्ट स्कल्पचर बुझेला लिंगराज होची भुवनेश्वर नेचर कलिंग स्टाइल जगन्नाथ होची पुरी होची चार धाम पिलग्रिम सन टेंपल पुरी होची यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट बुझेला ना नेक्स्ट आसीबो देखंतो होची यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट तो कोन सब रहिछि आज कोणार्क होइछि गोटे 13th सेंचुरी बिल्ट बाय किंग नरसिंहदेव फर्स्ट इज ए यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट डिजाइन gigantic stone carved chariot of the sun god with 24 wheels and 7 horses बुझेला ना तब कल्चरल सिग्निफिकेंस कोन अछि a symbol of Odisha identity center religion art music and promoted Odissi dance तापर होछि रहयो promoted Odissi dance तापर होछि टेंपल ट्रेडिशन बूस्ट टूरिज्म एंड लोकल इकोनॉमी चैलेंजेस कोन रहउछि ना होछि वेदर एंड इरोजन अर्बन एनकरेजमेंट पॉल्यूशन नी टूरिस्ट प्लेसेस क्लाइमेट चेंज तब कंजर्वेशन मेजर आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया इंडिया स्टेट आर्कियोलॉजिकल साइंटिफिक एंड कंजर्वेशन तब रहबो होछि हेरिटेज एंड टूरिज्म कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंट्री ओडिया खाद्यर पुराण संरक्षण एएसए राज्यर होछि पुरातत्व विभाग वैज्ञानिक संरक्षण ऐतिह्य पर्यटन होछि जनसहयोग डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंट्री एसटीजी लिंक होछि 11.4 प्रोटेक्ट सेफगार्ड द वर्ल्ड कल्चरल एंड नेचुरल हेरिटेज एसटीजी हेरिटेज टूरिज्म क्रिएट एम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड प्रमोट इंक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ STG 4 होची preserve traditional knowledge art architecture and cultural education बुझेला देखंतु जेन जी रो जो प्रोटेक्ट होती ता विषय रे गोटे होची आर्टिकल आसीची ना द हिंदू ना होची द करंट अफेयर इश्यू बुझेला इश्यू विथ इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स फंडामेंटल राइट डेमोक्रेसी सिविल लिबर्टी इलेक्शन एंड वुमेन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोरालिटी बुझेला ना से ऊपर डिस्कशन करबा डिसेंट में बी फॉर्म ऑफ पीसफुल एंड प्रोटेक्ट पब्लिक क्रिटिसिज्म और पार्लियामेंट ऑपोजिशन तक पिटिशन सोशल सोशल मीडिया कैंपेन सिविल सोसाइटी जुडिशियल चैलेंजेस डिसेंट एंटी नेशनलिज्म बुझेला ए सब ऊपर देखंतु कौन सब प्रोविजन अछि ना आर्टिकल 19(1) ए फ्रीडम स्पीच ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन 19(1) 19 आर्टिकल 19(1) पे राइट टू असेंबल पीसफुल विदाउट आर्म आर्टिकल 19(1) से राइट टू फॉर्म एसोसिएशन ओनली आर्टिकल 14 इक्वालिटी बिफोर लॉ आर्टिकल 21 लाइफ एंड लिबर्टी पर्सनल लिबर्टी बुझला आर्टिकल तर प्रेमल रे कौन अच्छे ये लिबर्टी इक्वालिटी एंड फ्रैटर्निटी जस्टिस ऊपर आलोचना करा जाय बुझला आर्टिकल फंडामेंटल राइट्स आर नॉट एब्सोल्यूट बुझला ना ताले होची समान को रिजनेबल रेस्ट्रिक्शन लागि था कौन ना होची सॉवरेनिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी सिक्योरिटी ऑफ द स्टेट এই সময়ের লাগিব হচ্ছে আর নট অ্যাবসোলিউট হইতে फ्रेंडली रिलेशन विथ फॉरेन स्टेट बुझला पब्लिक ऑर्डर डिसेंसी और मोरालिटी contempt of court defamation incitement to an offense बुझला ना এই सब पीसफुल डिसेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट बुझला पीसफुल डिसेंट बुझला शांतिपूर्ण भाव में करवा होची हमर होची कोन होची आंदोलन करवा पीसफुल रूप से आंदोलन करवा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बट वायलेंस एंड इनसाइटमेंट सेंसियसनेस एक्टिविटी कैन अट्रैक्ट द लॉफुल रेस्ट्रिक्शन और इंपोर्टेंट जजमेंट कौन सब अच्छे देखिया ना होची श्रेया सिंगल वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया 2015 रे आतला सुप्रीम कोर्ट कैन स्ट्राइक डाउन द सेक्शन 66A of the IT Act बुझला प्रिंसिपल मेरी एक्शन ऑन पॉपुलर ऑफेंसिव cannot be automatically criminal. Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar 1962 which court upheld the sedition provision but restriction application to addict involving incitement to in violence intention tendency to create public disorder. Exam point criticism of the government SR Rajarangan V.V. Jagjivan Ram 1918 the freedom of expression cannot be suppressed merely because some people may be react violently. Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan versus Union of India 2018 the Supreme Court recognized the importance of the peaceful protest in a democracy while menace against the public order, right and order. তারপরে হচ্ছে অনুরুদ্ধ ভাসানী versus Union of India 2020 The courts emphasize freedom of speech and expression, a constitutional requirement of proportionality with restriction imposition. बुझेला ना एमती रहला एटा होची कोन ना अनुरुद्ध भाषण ता भी मध्ये होची राइट टू इंटरनेट बुझेला अंडर आर्टिकल 21 रे जाउची एई अनिरुद्ध भाषानी वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया 2020 रे ही लिखा है किंतु एठी गोटे गला फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एक्सप्रेशन एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिक्वायरमेंट प्रोपोर्शनल रेस्ट्रिक्शन मध्ये लागि परिबे एइट्रे कहैछि तापर आउट होछि रमेश थापर वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ मद्रास बुझला एठी कोन अछि ना होछि हमर होछि फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच एंड एक्सप्रेशन विषय लिखा है बुझला ना नेक्स्ट देखिबा होछि देखंतु ना होछि 8 नंबर रे दिमागी नक्सल कौन सब रहुछि दिमागी नक्सल होछि controversial anti-sixth understanding बुझला दिमागी नक्सल होती anti national urban national intellectual बुझला ये सब होती people में avoid negative social investigation online education professional consequences ये सब कहरुछि digital mobilization social media decentralized issue based mobilization rapid mobilization distrust traditional political बुझला misinformation risks रहुछि fake information mobilization online radicalization doxing cyber bullying बुझला polarization ए सब रहुछि तापर होछि women reservation बुझला women reservation static the Constitutional Amendment 106 Amendment Act 2000, popularly known as Nari Shakti Bandhana Adhinayam. It provides one-third of the reservation in Lok Sabha, state legislative and Delhi legislative assembly. Important ଅଛି the amendment inserted 3(3)(a) reservation for women in Lok Sabha. 3(3)(2) reservation of women in state assembly. बुझिएला 3(3)(4)(a) बुझिएला 3(3)(4)(a) commencement of duration of related framework. बुझिएला यही सब आर्टिकल रही बुझिएला 3(3)(330)(3) देखो 0 पर होची 2 मिसला होची 2 ହେଲା 2 रे 2 मिसला 0 2 4 एमती कि मु मन रखिछु बुझियाला 330 332 334 बुझियाला फास्ट होची लोकसभा रे रिजर्वेशन तार सेकंड होची माने होची असेंबली रे रिजर्वेशन तार कमेंसमेंट एंड ड्यूरेशन रिलेटेड फ्रेमवर्क बुझियाला एमती सब रहिছে बुझियाला नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम ता होची 106 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट 2023 मसरा आथिला बुझियाला एटा को कहा जायछि तापर होची देखंतु ना होची 73rd and 74th constitution amendment act important होची पंचायत 73rd ता होची पंचायत 75 होची म्युनिसिपैलिटी होची at least 1/3 seat or reservation for women तापर होची several state have 50% reservation मुझे तो बुझियाला ए सब रहिछि रोल ऑफ मॉडल इफेक्ट तापर होची इंक्लूसिव पॉलिसी मेकिंग कोऑपरेटिव कमिटमेंट argument the delimitation dependent tokenism adoption obviously representation delayed implementation बुझला ना ए सब रहउची तापर देखन constitutional morality कोन सब रहउची constitutional morality होची the entire debate can be connected with constitutional morality means respect for constitutional value liberty equality dignity fraternity institutional accountability right for minority and dissent both government respect dissent and criticism respect constitutional limit freedom struggle connection the freedom movement itself was built around dissent against colonialism authority civil disobedience peaceful protest freedom of expression political mobilization champaran satyagraha non-cooperation civil disobedience white india is a peaceful resistance to unjust authority. Anti-colonial resistance cannot be recognized equal with every contemporary protest. Today, protest must operate within the constitutional framework. Public grievance ଆସିବ ବୁଝିଲ ଏଟା ଗୋଟେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏମିତି डायग्राम करना public grievance ଏମିତି करदेଲ peaceful dissent public dialogue parliament and judicial scrutiny और जो policy correction electoral legislation बुझिल तापर जे suppression रहइबो बुझिल suppression तापर जे alienation distrust polarization institutional weakening बुझिल एटा वेब फॉरवर्डर कोन ना होची देबो होची देखिबा होची वेब फॉरवर्डर होची कोन द evidence based this classification not framework protect peaceful protest necessity and strengthen parliamentary accountability ensure speedy implementation encourage political party digital civil UPSC means article 19 ऊपर କହିଥିଲେ 306 article 330 332 बुझिल ए होगा ए बुझिल 334 बुझिल सेंसस डिलिमिटेशन ए এখন তো নেক্সট হচ্ছে গ্রিন ইন্ডিয়া মিশন বুঝিলা গ্রিন ইন্ডিয়া মিশন রে কোন सब রহিব না হচ্ছে সেই বিষয়ে ମୁଁ আলোচনা করিব লঞ্চ ইন 2014 by Ministry of Environment Forest and Climate Change National Action Plan on Climate Change बुझिला 18 mission core objective रहिबो protect restore and enhance forestry and cover target रहिबो 5 million improve quality tree cover 5 million तब climate relevance रहिबो billions of ton रहिबो equivalent carbon 6 by the CAG CAG funding CAG audit 16 50 and ए सब रहिबो बुझिला 1.4 million metric 19.1 shortfall रहिबो ए सब रहिबो तापर होची मिलियंस टारगेट 1971 बुझला ये सब रही कांपा तापर होची मनरेगा नगर वन योजना स्कूल नर्सिंग योजना ये सब रही कांपा मनरेगा वाटर सेट प्रोग्राम रही जीआई सैटेलाइट मॉनिटरिंग रही तापर होची थर्ड पार्टी ऑडिट रही ग्राम सभा जॉइंट फॉरेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एटा होची 2024 मध्ये असला ग्रीन इंडिया मिशन प्रोग्राम होची अंडर द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ क्लाइमेट एनवायरनमेंट एंड फॉरेस्ट एंड क्लाइमेट चेंज बुझला या मिनिस्ट्री असला बुझला ता कोन हितला ना होची 2.523 बिलियन टन्स CO2 इक्विवेलेंट टू कार्बन सिंक बाय 2030 बुझला इसे ऊपर आलोचना करा हितला तापर देखंतु एटी जो क्याग ऊपर भी कहा जाय क्याग रो ऑडिट विषय रे कहा जाय परंतु तार बैकग्राउंड विषय देखबा कंट्रोलर ऑडिटर एंड जनरल ऑफ इंडिया इज द सुप्रीम ऑडिट इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया इट इज एन इंडिपेंडेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अथॉरिटी अंडर द आर्टिकल 148 पब्लिक फाइनेंस को वाचडॉग कर हमर होती चारटा वाचडॉग अछंती वाचडॉग कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गोटे होची यूपीएससी आ गोटे होची इलेक्शन कमिशन ऑफ इंडिया आ गोटे होची क्याग आ गोटे कोन आ गोटे सुप्रीम कोर्ट ए चारटा होची वाचडॉग अछंती बुझला ना ताले होची ए वाचडॉग भितर गोटे होची क्याग मु एबे पढुची कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अथॉरिटी फाइनेंशियल वाचडॉग अकाउंटेबल इंस्टीट्यूशन आर्टिकल 148 होची क्याग ऑफ इंडिया ताले होची आर्टिकल 149 ड्यूटीज एंड पावर ऑफ क्याग 150 होची फॉर्म अकाउंट एंड यूनियन स्टेट आर्टिकल 151 ऑडिट रिपोर्ट सबमिट टू प्रेसिडेंट और गवर्नर और आर्टिकल 279 सर्टिफिकेशन ऑफ नेट प्रोसीड टैक्स बुझला नेक्स्ट आसीबो होची ना होची ड्यूटी रिलेटेड टू क्याग आर गवर्न क्याग ड्यूटी और प्रोफेशनल सर्विस एक्ट 1997 अपॉइंटमेंट क्याग इज अपॉइंटेड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया his take on the president for a person CAG hold a 6 year until the age of attaining 65 years. Removal strong security. The CAG enjoys strong security tenure. He or she removed in same manner on the same ground as a Supreme Court judge. बुझिला ना Supreme Court judge जेमती remove ହେଇଥାନ୍ତି ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ରହୁଛି ଆମର ହଉଛି କ୍ୟାଗ ମଧ୍ୟ ରିମୁଭ୍ ହୋଇଥାନ୍ତି ରିମୁଭ୍ ବାଇ ପାର୍ଲାମେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ମେଜରିଟି ଗ୍ରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଅଫ୍ approval by incapacity independence of CAG security tenure salary and service conditions ବୁଝିଲ CAG ର ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଆକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ବୁଝିଲ ଯୋଉ ସର୍ଭିସ ରିଲେଟେଡ 1971 ବୁଝିଲା ଏଇ ସବୁ ରହିବ again a CAG ର ହଉଛି 1971 ତ କିନ୍ତୁ 171 G ଟା ହଉଛି 7 ର ଅଛି A ଟା ହଉଛି 1 ର ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ହଉଛି 71 21 1971 ଏମିତି ମନେ ରଖୁଛେ ବୁଝିଲା ଏଇ ସବୁ means and function audit union government state government department public sector undertaking ଏଇ ସବୁ କଣ କରିବା audit କରନ୍ତି ବୁଝିଲା देखो कंपैरिजन सब कौन अच्छी ना रिव्यू ऑडिट रिपोर्ट्स ऑफ CAG ये सब कंपैरिजन देखो जदि पब्लिक अकाउंट कमिटी और CAG ଭିତରେ कंपैरिजन ऑडिट इंस्टीट्यूशन एटा होती पार्लियामेंट्री ओवरसाइट कमिटी पब्लिक अकाउंट कमिटी दा बुझला और होती कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अथॉरिटी एटा होती पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटी कंडक्ट ऑडिट करे ये होती एग्जामिन CAG रिपोर्ट CAG report को ये एग्जामिन कर report irregularly question government and department does not impose upon recommend corrective action बुझल तब है CAG is the eye and ears of the legislature in finance matter बुझल eye and ear of financial matter PSA types of audit financial audit compliance audit performance audit environmental audit importance in good governance, transparency, accountability, physical discipline, financial property, parliamentary oversight, anti-corruption mechanism, एमती रहुची बुझल based on the governance policy limited and after exchange action taken report तापर होची ए सब रहबो होची रियल टाइम टेक्नोलॉजी एनेबल आउटकम ओरिएंटेड ऑडिट वेब फॉरवर्ड ए सब डिजिटल ऑडिट रियल टाइम डाटा एनालिटिक्स रिस्क बेस्ड ऑडिट आउटकम बेस्ड अकाउंटेबिलिटी AI data use GIS block technology real time expenditure monitor social audit generate can strengthen public financial management ବୁଝିଲା ନା ନେକ୍ସଟ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ହଉଛି what are the AI satellite deepfakes ଉପରେ ଅଛି ନା ହଉଛି AI satellite deepfakes are artificial generated style of satellite style image that receive event location or structure never excited ବୁଝିଲେ AI satellite deepfake କଣ ସବୁ misguide କରୁଛି misinformation show fake destruction create images military activity is a major concern and security all satellite image can be rapidly on social media fake images bombing site fake flood damage border inclusion ବୁଝିଲା ନା ତାପରେ ହଉଛି infrastructure destruction ଏସବୁ ରହୁଛି public opinion election international relation ଏମିତି ସବୁ ରହୁଛି national security ଉପରେ ଆସୁଛି ବୁଝିଲା ନା risk fake satellite trigger panic, create diplomatic tension, spread war, propaganda, mislead intelligence and discussion, is disaster management risks ଉପରେ ଆସିବ ତାର ହଉଛି deep fake ତାର satellite imagery could be used to ବୁଝିଲା ନା ତାପରେ ହଉଛି academic and research integrity ବୁଝିଲା ନା ଏସବୁ ଉପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ question mark ଆସିବ ବୁଝିଲା ନା misrepresent project completion academic and research integrity, scholars and research increasingly use satellite imagery. AI generate fake image could be contaminate environmental study, urban research, agriculture analysis, climate assessment. एमती रहिबो बुझिला ना नेक्स्ट देखंतु होची erosion of the trust केमती erosion होची Google Earth is widely perceived credibly visual record of the world AI generate images become too difficult to distinguish from authentic trust in digital geospatial platforms decline. Why were watermark insufficient? बुझला ये सब watermark can be cropped तापर अच्छे वन अच्छे can be edited screenshot can be edited image can be repost बुझला ये सब रही ଯାହାଦ୍ୱାରା କି challenges ହେଉଛି border AI governance issue ଉପରେ କ'ଣ ରହୁଛି inadequate guard walls guard rails enterprise level system were not enough ବୁଝିଲା difficult of content moderation relevant for India PM ଗତି ଶକ୍ତି disaster management agriculture urban planning defense border management AI generated fake satellite image could affect strategic infrastructure border narrative security of public order ବୁଝିଲା ତାପରେ କିଛି ଦେଖିବ exiting unlegal policy IT Act 2000 this can address certain from digital fraud and misinformation को address can କରାଯାଇଛି IT rule 2021 provide obligation for intermediary ବୁଝିଲା digital public data protection act intermediary एमती गोटे कौन act अच्छे बुझिल 2023 I think मने पड़ुनी मु सेटा कहि बुझिला digital protection data protection act 2022 protection mainly on personal data not specially AID geofactual guidelines India बुझिला ए सब रहउची strong AI guardrails रहउची restriction promote involvement violence military some disaster zone sensitive infrastructure बुझिला ना देखंतु human review system बुझिला human review system तापर होची रहइबो होची ना होची AI watermark standard platform accountability बुझिला ना public digital literacy এটা দেখंतु ओडियाटा এটা देखिबे এটা এটা ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ତାପରେ ହଉଛି ଜେସ୍ ପେପର 3 ସରିଲା ପରେ ଜେସ୍ ପେପର ଆଇବି କିନ୍ତୁ ପେପର ଏଟା କେତେ ପେପର ହଉଛି 5 ବୁଝିଲ ପେପର 5 attitude content structure function influence relation with thought and behavior attitude বিষয়টা বুঝলে meaning of attitude an attitude in learn predisposition to think feel behave in a particular way towards a person object issue institution or situation according to Gordon Albert attitude is a mental and neutral state readiness organized through the experience exerting a directive influence upon an individual responsibility to all object situations. For civil servant, aptitude influence decision making, public service oriented, empathy, impartiality, and accountability. Content of attitude. The content of attitude referred to an attitude to directly towards it may be directed towards people, group, in institution, policy, social institution, value, measure, content, and attitude include which attitude towards the individual, example of the respect for citizen, attitude towards the social group, women, tribal, community, and minority, attitude towards the public institution, parliament, which is civil service, attitude towards the government policy, example, welfare scheme, environment regulation, attitude towards ethical value, honesty, transparency, integrity, a positive attitude towards the marginal community, improve inclusive governance. ବୁଝିଲ ନା ନେକ୍ସଟ ହଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ହଉଛି structure of the attitude attitude ର structure କଣ ରହୁଛି attitude consists of 3 components ଏମିତି ଲେଖିଦେବା structure of attitude କରିକି ଲେଖି ସାରିଲା ପରେ ଆକୁ କରିବା ହଉଛି ତାର ABC ମଡେଲ ଟାକୁ ଦର୍ଶାଉଛି ABC ଏରେ ହଉଛି affecting component feeling and emotion component ତାପରେ ହଉଛି B ରେ ହଉଛି ବୁଝିଲ ଏଠି behavior ଏଠି ହଉଛି C ରେ ହଉଛି cognitive component A ରେ ହଉଛି affective B ରେ ହଉଛି behavior C ରେ ହଉଛି cognitive affective behavioral cognitive ABC model feeling and emotion example hଉଛି sympathy for disaster victim affective behavior ହଉଛି action or intention to voluntary act for relief ବୁଝିଗଲା cognitive ହଉଛି component ହଉଛି belief idea knowledge believing that disaster relief is a government responsibility. बुझल cognitive component believe that the disaster relief is a government responsibility. ବୁଝଲ ତାପରେ ହଉଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ହଉଛି ନା ହଉଛି example ରେ ରହିବ ଯେ civil servant attitude towards the corruption cognitive corruption harmful development affective feel moral disorder behavior also referred by drives report misconduct function and attitude knowledge function help understand the world organization utilitarian function help often reward award punishment a ego defensive function protect self esteem and reduce anxiety a value expressive function express personal values and identity knowledge function attitude simply complex impression example trust in the same program encourage expectation of public measures utilitarian function people adopt attitude that bring benefit example positive attitude towards the digital governance improves civil service eco definition attitude protects psychological well-being example resistant to the criticism arise from defensive attitude value expressive function attitude reflects core value a strong commitment to gender equality reflects to democratic value influence of a thought attitude on thought and behavior influence strongly influence appraisal thinking judgment and behavior influence on thought attitude affects perception interpretation fact problem solving decision making risk assessment an officer with citizen-centric attitude interpret compliance as a opportunity improvement rather than administrative burden ବୁଝିଲ ଏଇସବୁ influence on behavior ଉପରେ କେମିତି positive attitude led empathy cooperation ethical conduct better communication public service motivation negative attitude leads to कौन लीड्स करती ना biases बुझला discrimination corruption apathy abuse of authority example of an officer with positive attitude towards the transparency is more likely disclose information maintain records ability to conduct social audit and encourage public participation next is about relation between the attitude and thought and behavior. Then attitude, thought, and behavior are interconnected. Attitude, thought, behavior, cycle, belief, attitude, behavior, experience, belief, reinforcement or change. However, the relation is not always perfect. Factor attitude, behavior, confidence, social pressure, fear of punishment, lack of opportunity, institutional constraint, personal gain, cognitive dishonest. An officer may believe in honesty but remain silent due to political pressure, moral attitude, meaning of the different attitude towards the based on ethical principle, right or wrong, characteristic by guided by the conscience, is based on justice and fairness, concern with human welfare, relatively stable, often moral, emotional, such and guilt, empathy, compassion. Example about the position to corruption, support gender equality, respect for human compensation toward the vulnerable groups, environment responsibility. ବୁଝିଲ ନେକ୍ସଟ ହଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଇନ୍ ପବ୍ଲିକ ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ହଉଛି moral attitude for integrity, accountability, impartiality, public trust, constitutional value, which bullying against the corruption reflect a strong and moral attitude. The political attitude, belief and evaluation within governance, political institution, political leaders, public policy, democracy, right and duty, determinant of the family, education, media, social identity, religion, economic condition, politics, types, conservative, liberal, socialist, nationalist, environmentalist, democratic. Important political attitude influence, voting behavior, civic participation, policy support, protect movement, public opinion, administrative relevance requirements, civil servants should maintain constitutional neutrality despite personal political attitude. ବୁଝିଲ difference କଣ ସବୁ ଅଛି moral attitude ଆଉ political attitude difference ହେଉଛି based moral attitude based on ethics based on political belief political function with right wrong moral function with governance and power ବୁଝିଲ ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି moral attitude universal value often ideology based moral attitude ହେଉଛି honesty and justice ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି political attitude ହେଉଛି federalism and welfare state ବୁଝିଲ social influence କଣ ରହିଲା ନା ହେଉଛି social influence offered to process by which people attitude and behavior affected by other type of social influence conformity compliance obedience conformity change behavior of not proof normal example citizens are adopting cleanliness practice under the Swachh Bharat mission compliance agreeing to a request example of paying taxes after awareness campaign obedience following instruction from authority example of following disaster evacuation order factor influencing social group size status social status credibility cultural or emotional affection authority persuasion meaning persuasion and protect changing affecting belief or behavior through communication and reasoning diagram ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଟାକୁ diagram କେମିତି କରିବେ element of persuasion ବୁଝିଲ element of persuasion ଲେଖିଲା ପରେ ଏମିତି କରିବେ ତାପରେ ତାର source ବୁଝିଲ message medium ବୁଝିଲ आगे बॉक्स କରିବେନି आगे ଲେଖିବେ ऑडियंस बॉक्स ତାପରେ ହଉଛି ବକ୍ସ ପରେ ଦେବେ ଫିଡବ୍ୟାକ୍ ଏମିତି କରିବେ ବୁଝିଲ ନା କ୍ୟାରେକ୍ଟର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଫେକ୍ଟିଭ ପରସୁଏସନ ବୁଝିଲ ନା ଦେଖିବା କଣ ସବୁ ରହିଛି ନା ହଉଛି କ୍ରେଡିଟେବଲି କ୍ଲିୟର ମେସେଜ evidence-based argument, emotional connect, relevance, audience, appropriate timing, repetition and reinforcement, technology, persuasion, logical reasoning, emotional, social proof, authority, reciprocity, commitment, framing, and ethical persuasion. Ethical persuasion should be truthful, transparent, respectful, non-coercive, evidence-based, manipulation, and misinformation, unethical, public administration. Example, persuasion is essential, vaccination campaign, family planning, sanitation program, digital payment, environment conversation, road safety, tax compliance. Example, COVID-19 vaccination campaign used to doctor, community leader, and the voluntary to persuade resistant pollutant. Attitude can change through education, experience, social interaction, media, persuasion, role media, institutional reform, or civil society and attitude changing is crucial for gender sensitive disability, inclusion, tribal welfare, citizen-centric governance, environment sustainable, ethical governance of UPSC, a civil servant effectiveness depends not only on knowledge and skill but also the right of attitude and idea. Administrative attitude include integrity, empathy, impartiality, accountability, compassion, objective, service-oriented, constitutional commitment. Conclusion: attitude is a psychological foundation of ethical behavior. Its cognitive, affective, and behavioral components influence how individuals think, feel, and act. Moral attitude strengthens integrity of and justice, while our political safe democratic participation. ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ସବୁ ରହିବ। ତାପରେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚେନ୍ ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଡିସ୍କସନ୍ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ ତ ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି 2023 ମସିହାରେ ଯେଉଁ ଆସିଥିଲା ମେନ୍ସ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚେନ୍। ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚେନ୍ ର ରେ ଥିଲା ଏକ୍ସପେନ୍ସନ୍ ସ୍ପେସିଫିକ୍ ethical practice in the organization in public sphere, practice that are binding on all sphere native, representing, administrative, and introduction. Ethical practice. Ethical practice are standards of conduct that guide an individual or institution toward the party's right and fair, responsibly, socially design. Ethical behavior operate level personalization, organization, and public. While the universal principle bind all three types. Ethical practice ଲେଖାଗଲା ତା ତଳେ personal, ତା ତଳେ organization, ତା ତଳେ public. personal ରେ ହେଉଛି integrity, empathy ରହୁଛି, institutional ରେ ହେଉଛି accountability, organization accountability and transparency ରହୁଛି ବୁଝିଲା ନା। ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି public ରେ ହେଉଛି justice ରହୁଛି ବୁଝିଲା ନା। ତାହେଲେ ହେଉଛି honesty, compassion, fairness, teamwork, organization, fairness, teamwork, justice ରହୁଛି rule of law ବୁଝିଲା। universal ethical values ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଉଛି ନା ହେଉଛି integrity, justice, transparency, accountability, compassion, fairness, public trust ବୁଝିଲା। ethical practice in personal sphere ବୁଝିଲା କଣ ସବୁ ରହୁଛି। personal sphere concern and individual character, conscience and choice and everyday conduct, integrity and honor, being truthful and maintaining consistency between the one's value, words and actions. Example: Lal Bahadur Shastri was known as for personal integrity and simple lifestyle despite holding high public office. Empathy and compassion, understanding the suffering of the other, responding humanity. Mother Teresa service to the poor and vulnerable illustrate compassion as the personal ethical value. Self-discipline, controlling desire and emotional and performing one's duty despite difficulty. Example of Mahatma Gandhi discipline lifestyle reflects commitment to his principle. Moral courage, standing for what right when it involves personal risks, inconvenience, sanction as a election commission took a firm enforcement of code of NCC, model code of conduct, despite the political resistance. ବୁଝିଲ ନା କାହିଁକି ନା ଏଇ ସବୁ ରହୁଛି ethical practice in personal ବୁଝିଲ ନା। ତାପରେ example moral courage or ethical practice in organizational ethics related to how institutions make decisions, create employees, stakeholder and exercise authority. Transparency, decisions should be often undesirable and capable of scrutiny. The proactive disclosure of government informal reducing opportunity and arbitrary decision making. accountability. ବୁଝିଲା official may expect responsibility for their decision and consent करती बुझिला विनोद राय CAG emphasize institutional accountability, rigorous public expenditure, fairness and non-discrimination, recruitment, promotion, allocation of resource and disciplinary action should based on the merit objective criteria. बुझिला example, a civil servant selecting beneficiary according to eligibility rather than political influence, demonstrate organization fairness, ethical leadership. Leadership should lead by rather than merely issuing law. Each region develop a reputation for punctuality, professionalism, and accountability while leading major infrastructure projects. Prevention of conflict interest. Officials should avoid situation where personal interest interferes with institutional responsibility. An officer requiring himself on procurement decision involving clause related to institutional integrity. ବୁଝିଲା ନା? Next ହେଉଛି ethical practice in public sphere. The public sphere influence involved the between the state citizenship and state rule of law. Society, state citizens and society, rule of law, all persons including those authority must should law. बुझिला rule of law, all personnel including those in authority must be subject to law. Kiran Bedi, as a police officer, became known as foreign ruler without regard to social public interest. Decisions should be priority collective welfare over private and political interest. Example is a district administration ensuring equitable distribution or disaster relief based on voluntary rather than political affiliation. Impartiality. A public servant must remain neutral and treat citizens equally. During the election, the official must implement the commission directly, impartially, irrespective of political party responsiveness. Administrators should respond quickly and sensitive to citizens' genuine grievance. And administration establishment grievance mechanism and conducting field visit to identify problem directly. Stewardship of public resource. Public money and resource should be treated public trust, not a personal property. S.R. Sankaran, known as for his work disadvantaged communities, demonstrated community to inclusive and welfare administrative. ତାପରେ ହଉଛି ରହିବ ହଉଛି ୟୁନିଭର୍ସାଲ ethical values ବୁଝିଗଲ integrity, justice, honesty, compassion, accountability. ତାପରେ ହଉଛି ethical decision, ethical responsible action ବୁଝିଗଲ public trust ବୁଝିଗଲ integrity ରେ ରହିବ ହଉଛି personal, do not cheat, organization, do not manipulate record, do not misuse the public. Honesty, truthful is essential in personal relation, institutional record, governance, decision making, accountability. Every individual and institution must be answerable for decision and action. Justice and fairness. Decision should be based on merit, equality, and legitimate criteria rather than favoritism. Compassion. Ethics should not be become merely mechanism rule following vulnerable sections. Require human consideration, transparency, openness in decision making, fairness, and ready for corruption. Respect for human dignity, whether dealing with a family member, subordinate, or citizen. Every person deserves with dignity, respect. Next ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ନା ହଉଛି ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ପଲ ଗୁଡାକ କେମିତି ଲେଖିଲେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ନା ହଉଛି ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ TN ସେକ୍ସନ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରାଲ ରିଫର୍ମ ସ୍ପିଚ ଏନସିଲ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟିଗ୍ରିଟି ଆଣ୍ଡ କରେଣ୍ଟ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ କ'ଣ ରହିଲା ଇଣ୍ଟିଗ୍ରିଟି କ'ଣ ଇ ଶ୍ରୀଧରନ ହଉଛି ଏଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଇନଫ୍ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ professionalism and accountability. S.R. Sankaran, welfare of vulnerable section, compassion and social justice. S.R. Sankaran. And Kiran Modi, police and prison reform, discipline and leadership asla. Vinod Rai was public expenditure auditing, accountability. Lal Bahadur Shastri was simple and honest public, integrity and humility. Okay, na? এই ସବୁ ରହିଛି। Conclusion ରେ କ'ଣ ଲେଖିନା ଏଥିକି is not Ethics is not confined to public office. It begins with personal character, become institutional through organization culture and finding its highest expression in public service. Public integrity, ethical organization, ethical governance, public trust. ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ସବୁ ରହିବ। ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଗ୍ରାମର ଆପଣମାନେ ତ ଆସିବ ମେନ୍ସରେ ନିହାତି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍, ତାକୁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡ଼ିବ। ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ତାହେଲେ ହେଉଛି ମୁଁ 2 ପେଜ୍ ଲେଖା ପଢ଼େଇବି ସବୁଦିନ, ଆପଣ ମଧ୍ୟ ଟିକେ ମନେ ରଖିବେ। ବୁଝିଲେ ସବୁଥିର 2 ପେଜ୍। ବୁଝିଲେ ଆଜି ବିପରୀତ ଶବ୍ଦ ହେଲେ କାଲି ସମାଚାରିତ ଶବ୍ଦ, କାଲି ରୂଢ଼ି ଏମିତି ପଢ଼େଇ ଚାଲିବି। ବୁଝିଲା ନା ନାହିଁ? ତାହେଲେ ହେଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ହେଉଛି ଅରଣି ଋଣୀ ବିପରୀତ ଶବ୍ଦ। ବୁଝିଲା ନା? ଅରଣିର ବିପରୀତ ଶବ୍ଦ ହେଉଛି ଋଣୀ। ବୁଝିଲା ନା? ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି ଦେଖିବା ହେଉଛି ବୁଝିଲେ ଅକଣ୍ଟକ କଣ୍ଟକ, ଅକପଟ କପଟ, ଅକର୍ମ କର୍ମ, ଅକାତର କାତର, ଅକ୍ଲାନ୍ତ କ୍ଲାନ୍ତ, ଅଗମୂଳ ଅଗ୍ର ପଶ୍ଚାତ, ବୁଝିଲ ବା ମୂଳ, ଅଚିନ୍ତନ ଚିନ୍ତନ, ଅଣୁ ବୃହତ୍, ଅଳ୍ପ ଅତ୍ୟାହାରୀ ଅଳ୍ପାହାରୀ, ଅତ୍ୟୁଚ୍ଚ ଅନୁଚ୍ଚ, ଅଧ ଊର୍ଧ୍ୱ, ଅଧମ ଉତ୍ତମ, ଅଧମ ଉତ୍ତମ, ଅଧମ ଉତ୍ତମାଙ୍ଗ, ଅଧା ପୁରା, ଅଧିକ ଅନଧିକ ବା ଉଣ, ଅନାବୃଷ୍ଟି ଅତିବୃଷ୍ଟି, ଅନୁକୂଳ ପ୍ରତିକୂଳ, ଅନୁଗ୍ରହ ନିଗ୍ରହ। ବୁଝିଲ ଅପରାଜିତ ପରାଜିତ, ଅପରାଧୀ ନିରପରାଧ। ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି ଉପାୟ ଅପାୟ ଉପାୟ, ଅପେକ୍ଷା ଉପେକ୍ଷା। ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି ଅପ୍ରତୁଳ ପ୍ରତୁଳ, ଅବସନ୍ନ ପ୍ରସନ୍ନ, ଅବାଧ୍ୟ ବାଧ୍ୟ, ଅବିଚାର ବିଚାର, ଅବିରୋଧୀ ବିରୋଧୀ, ଅଭାଗୀ ଭାଗ୍ୟବାନ, ଅଭିଜ୍ଞ ଅନଭିଜ୍ଞ, ଅଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଅନଭ୍ୟସ୍ତ, ଅମଙ୍ଗଳ ମଙ୍ଗଳ, ଅମର୍ତ୍ୟ ମର୍ତ୍ତ୍ୟ, ମନୋଯୋଗ ମନୋଯୋଗୀ। ବୁଝିଲେ ଅମୃତ ବିଷ, ଅଳ୍ପ ବହୁତ, ଅଳ୍ପହାରୀ ନହାରୀ, ଅରୁଆ ଉଷୁଣ, ଅରୁଚି ରୁଚି, ଅର୍ଥ ଅନର୍ଥ। ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ଅନୁଗ୍ରହ ନିଗ୍ରହ, ବିରକ୍ତ ଅନୁରକ୍ତ ବିରକ୍ତ, ଅନୁରାଗ ବିରାଗ, ଅଲୁନମ ବିଲୋମ ବା ପ୍ରତିଲୋମ, ଅନ୍ତରଙ୍ଗ ବହିରଙ୍ଗ, ଅନ୍ଧକାର ଆଲୋକ ଆଲୋକ, ଅନ୍ଧାର ଆଲୁଅ। ବୁଝିଲ ଅନ୍ଧକାର ଆଲୋକ, ଅନ୍ଧାର ଆଲୁଅ, ଅପଚୟ ଉପଚୟ। ବୁଝିଲ ଅର୍ଥ ଅନର୍ଥ, ଅର୍ଥୀ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟର୍ଥୀ, ଅର୍ପଣ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟର୍ପଣ, ଅଳ୍ପଜୀବୀ ଦୀର୍ଘଜୀବୀ, ଅଳିକ ସତ୍ୟ, ଅଲଣା ଲୁଣି, ଅଳିକ ସତ୍ୟ। ବୁଝିଲ ଅଲଣା ଲୁଣି, ଅଲୋଡ଼ା ଲୋଡ଼ା, ଅସନ ଅନସନ। ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ଦେଖିବା। ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି ଅଗ୍ରସର ଅନଗ୍ରସର, ଅଶରୀର ଶରୀର, ଅଶୋଭନ ଶୋଭନ, ଅସତୀ ସତୀ। ବୁଝିଲ ଅସଲ ନକଲ। ତାପରେ ହେଉଛି ଅସହିଷ୍ଣୁ ସହିଷ୍ଣୁ, ଅସୀମ ସସୀମ, ନାସ୍ତି ଅନାସ୍ତି, ଅସ୍ତି ନାସ୍ତି। ବୁଝିଲ ଅସ୍ତ୍ର ଶସ୍ତ୍ର, ଅସ୍ୱୀକାର ସ୍ୱୀକାର, ଅହଙ୍କାରୀ ନିରହଙ୍କାର, ଅହିଂସ୍ର ମିଶ୍ର, ଆଇନ ବେଆଇନ, ଆକାଶ ପାତାଳ, ଆଗତ ଅନାଗତ, ଆଗମନ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟାଗମନ, ଆକୁଞ୍ଜନ ପ୍ରସାରଣ, ଆଗ ପଛ, ଆଚାର ଅନାଚାର, ଆଦାନ ପ୍ରଦାନ, ଅନାଦି ଅନ୍ତ, ପ୍ରାନ୍ତ ଆଦ୍ୟ ପ୍ରାନ୍ତ, ଆହୁତ ଅନାହୁତ। ବୁଝିଲ ଆସ୍ତିଷ୍କ ନାସ୍ତିଷ୍କ, ଆମିଷ ନିରାମିଷ, ଆୟ ବ୍ୟୟ, ଆୟତ ଅଣାୟତ, ଆରମ୍ଭ ଶେଷ, ଆରୋହଣ ଅବରୋହଣ, ଆଶା ନିରାଶା, ଅନାସ୍ଥା ଆସ୍ଥା। ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ ଅଭିଶାପ, ଆଶ୍ରୟ ନିରାଶ୍ରୟ, ଆସ୍ତିକ ନାସ୍ତିକ, ଇଚ୍ଛା ଅନିଚ୍ଛା, ଈଷତ୍ ବୃହତ୍। ବୁଝିଲ ନା ଅନିଷ୍ଟ ଇଷ୍ଟ ଅନିଷ୍ଟ, ଇହ ଅନିହ, ଉପତ୍ୟକା ଅଧିପତ୍ୟ, ଇହ ପର, ଉଚ୍ଚ ନିଚ, ଉଠାଣି ଗଢ଼ାଣି, ଉତ୍କର୍ଷ ଅପକର୍ଷ, ଉତ୍ଥାନ ପତନ, ଉଦୟ ଅସ୍ତ, ଉଦୟମାନ ଅସ୍ତୟମାନ, ଉଦ୍ବେଗ ନିରୁଦ୍ବେଗ, ଉଦାର ଅନୁଦାର। ବୁଝିଲ ତାପରେ ଦେଖିବା ହେଉଛି ଆନନ୍ଦ ନିରାନନ୍ଦ, ଆପଣ ପର, ଆବରଣ ଅନାବରଣ, ଆବାଦୀ ଅନାବାଦୀ, ଉଦାର ଅନୁଦାର, ଉନ୍ନତ ଅନୁନ୍ନତି, ଉନ୍ନତି ଅବନ୍ନତି। ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ରହିବ। ବୁଝିଲା ନା ଏଇଟା ହେଉଛି 336ଟା। କାଲି ନେକ୍ସଟ ପଢ଼େଇବି ଯୋଉ ଦିନ ରହିବ 336 ଆଉ 37 ଏଗୁଡ଼ାକ ପଢ଼େଇ ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଛାଡ଼ିବି। ଇଡିୟମ୍ ଆଉ ଫ୍ରେଜ୍ ତ ନିହାତି ଆସୁଛି, ତେଣୁକିନା ଆପଣମାନେ ଏହାକୁ ନିହାତି ଟିକେ ଶିଖିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡ଼ିବ। ବୁଝିଲ ନା ଦେଖିବା ଇଡିୟମ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫ୍ରେଜ୍। ବୁଝିଲ ନା कौन सब रहुछि बुझला ना देख ना होछि Achilles heels माने कौन होछि स्मॉल बट fatal weakness add fuel to fire to make a matter worse बुझला ना an arm chair to job good income job with high comfort बुझला an axe to grind माने something done for selfish reason an iron will strong willpower तापर होछि आयरन विल माने होछि स्ट्रांग विल पावर माने होछि an old flame माने a person one had romantic relation with in the past an old flame माने होछि पुराना प्यार जोटा कहबा an old held on young shoulder बुझला ना माने होछि तार an old held on माने बा young shoulder अपनी उम्र से ज्यादा बुझला a child or young person who बुझला young shoulder माने कौन होछि think and talk like older and experienced person young shoulder माने होछि think like talk like an older and experienced person an olive bridge माने कौन शांति निवेदन peace request peace treaty बुझला एमती रहिबो एबे apple of discord झगड़े के कारण the matter of dispute apples of one eye माने होछि very lovable clear stone apple pie order on in good condition at a loss to on a vertical design at a pinch माने in trouble at arm's length माने avoid becoming too friendly बुझल at dagger drawn to have bitter immunity unease माने होछि free from pain and anxiety at one fingers and end माने to have complete knowledge at one's wits end puzzle confused perfect at and at 6 and 7 माने in disorder माने अस्तव्यस्त बुझल in disorder at 6 and 7 at state दावा पर at risk and insecure बुझल at the 11th hour माने at the last minute अंतिम समय बुझल at the last minute backstair gossip माने talk among servants unfair talk बुझल एमती सब रहिबा नेक्स्ट होची देखंतु बैड ब्लड माने शत्रुता एनिमिटी बिटर रिलेशन बैग एंड बैगेज बोरिस destruction with all belonging बेकस डॉलर संख्या में 13 in number और be born with silver spoon in one mouth to be born in a rich family be in the driving seat bearing all responsibility bear the burden of to bear the main part of the something unpleasant beat about the boss to talk in Ravudan manner circumambulation अगला beat black and blue beating mercilessly beat hello to defend truly and convincingly back and call आज्ञा से रहन ready to obey the order the instant bed of rose आनंद में भरपूर pleasant situation of comfort bed of throne दुख एवं तकलीफ के भरपूर a situation of extreme difficulty बुझल beggar discretion अवर्णनीय a person with no research bail the cat joking उठाना taking the first steps at personal risk between the devils and deep between the two difficult situations big gun an influenced person bride of passage one who comes occasionally ମାନେ କଣ ହଉଛି ନା ହଉଛି bird pressure bird's eye view ମାନେ overview bird's eye view ମାନେ ହଉଛି bird's feather people with the same idea characteristic bite the straw ମାନେ ହଉଛି to declare ବୁଝିଲ blanks asleep a different person with regard as a for family a blind alley a situation which is no further ବୁଝିଲ ଏମିତି ସବୁ ରହିବ ତାପରେ ଯେ bind alita पठेली bind date माने कौन होची a meeting between a girls and boy who have not met before blind date बुझला तापर होची blow once on drum to praise oneself blue blood माने royal and artisan system शाही व्यक्ति royal और aristocratic design ब्लू बुक ମାନେ ହଉଛି ସରକାରୀ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ରିପୋର୍ଟ ବ୍ଲୁ ବୁକ୍ ମାନେ ହଉଛି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ରିପୋର୍ଟ और body and soul ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣତା entirely bolt from the unexpected problem born of concentration subject of a dispute ବୁଝିଲା ନା ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ vocabulary ଆମେ ଶିଖିବା alim ମାନେ ହଉଛି ବିମାର ବା କମଜୋର suffer from poor health and organism ବୁଝିଲା health experience weakness or decline synonym होची infirm debilitated enfeeble anatomy होची robust vigorous vulnerable बुझला एमती सब बुझला तापर होची नेक्स्ट होची एग्जांपल होची द गवर्नमेंट अनाउंस ए रिलीफ पैकेज फॉर allying industry facing decline dim बुझला frigid आसीबो होची ना होची meaning and extremely cold unfriendly in manner freezing बुझला freezing icy unfriendly बुझला extremely cold को कहबा होती frigid the weather was frigid and the reciprocationally was equally unfriendly बुझला antonymy warm friendly cordial बुझला disparate माने होची नीचा दिखाना अपमान करना disparate meaning to criticize or speak about someone or something in disrespectful manner denigrate माने belittle deride बुझला synonym तापर antonymy होची extol loud eloquent बुझला example a mature leader should never disparage those who hold the opposing political view तापर flabbergasted बुझला meaning extremely surprised or shocked astonished stunned amazed तापर होची unimpressed बुझला unconcerned unsurprised I was flabbergasted when I heard that the she won the competition बुझला elogize बुझला meaning to praise someone highly especially after their death extol glorify loud condemn de-announce vilify the nation माने होती elogize माने कौन गुणगान करना बुझला अत्यधिक प्रशंसा करना बुझला extol glorify loud condemn anatomy रहेगा denounce vilify the nation gathered to elogize the leading scientist for the remarkable contribution of medicine tumult माने होती अत्यधिक शोर भ्रम या अवस्थित स्थिति a state great noise confuse or disorder antonym unruffled commotion turmoil बुझला अत्यधिक शोर को कहवा तापर होची antonym होची calm peace order the announcement caused tumult among the crowd the song रे होची आरामदायक सुरक्षित meaning comfortable warm pleasant and secure तापर होची synonym होची cozy comfortable shelter बुझला antonym होची uncomfortable exposed in hospital the tourists found a snow cottage where they would stay during the harsh winter and was intriguing and was intriguing very interesting because of being unusual mysterious बुझला तार synonym होची fascinating captivating mysterious बुझला example होची boring dull uninteresting the detective found an intriguing clue at the crime scene बुझला intriguing तापर आसी होची phagocyous क्षणभंग माने होची lasting for a very short time letting transient informal evanescent transient बुझला क्षणभंग बा अल्पकालीन बुझला transient अल्पकालीन रोटी विपरीत कौन थिला दीर्घकालीन एबला एठी एबला ନା ହଉଛି everlasting ଦୀର୍ଘକାଳୀନ, perpetual, enduring, ବୁଝିଲା ନା ଏସବୁ ରହିବ। Example, the various nature of technological trend makes it difficult for companies to predict future consumer preference. Hostile ମାନେ ହଉଛି କଣ ରହିବ ନା ଯେ ଜଲବାୟୁ ମାନେ ହଉଛି ଜଲବାଲାପ ବୁଝିଲ ନା excessive spread or gases that may result in insufficient care and thought. Synonym ହଉଛି persistence, impetuosity, alertity, deliberation, prudence, question. The committee rejects the proposal because it has been drafted in hasted with adequate consultation. Word substitution. Iconoclast within a person who attract widely accepted beliefs within tradition. He was an iconist who challenged long established social tradition. Iconoclast, a person who attract widely accepted belief or tradition. Sir Martinez, a person who demands strict obedience, rules and discipline. The manager was a strict Martinez who demanded complete obedience to every rule. That is Cybertree, a person devoted luxury physical pleasure. As a Cybertree, he spent a fortune on a luxurious hotel and expensive. A person who devoted to luxury and physical pleasure. That is a Philistine, a person who had no interest in art, literature or culture. He was considered a Philistine because he showed no interest in art and literature. Help out. बुझिल help out माने to assist someone, especially when facing difficulty, need support. So can you help me out with the project? Help out to assist someone, especially when they are facing difficulty or need support. Example, can help out me this project to assist someone. Help out. Hide where to put something in a secret or safe place. Hide where to someone away. See hid where the document in drawer. Safe place the hit back. Respond to an attack or criticism by fighting back. Reply. The team hit back after the consenting an earlier gun. Hit on the fit with fist with fit with someone or try to attract them romantically. He was hitting on the new employee at the party. ବୁଝିଲ ନା? ତାପରେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ idiom phrase ଏଇଟା ତ ଆସୁଛି ସବୁଥର ଏଥର ବି ଆସିବ ନିହାତି ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ ବୁଝିଲ ନା ନାଇଁ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ନା strict in safe ମାନେ taking care of problem early with prevent in free getting us one step at time ମାନେ sorry at step in save time taking care of a problem early with prevent in getting us ତାପରେ ଦେଖିବା at 11th hour at the last possible moment a dim of dozen ମାନେ something that is very common and easy to find a dim a dozen something that is very common and easy to find one step at time to progress slowly and steadily one step at a time one step at a time to speed to progress slowly and steadily a new ball game a completely new situation or set of rules a whole of new ball game completely new situation or set of rules thank you friend